My girlfriend broke up with me after her coworker said I'm not in her league. 5 hours later, she was begging for another chance, but it was already too late. We'd been together since high school, almost 10 years. I'm 28 now, and I own a plumbing business that I built from nothing. She's Amelia, works at this fancy publishing house in the city. We were solid, or so I thought. Then her coworker Liz showed up. At first, she seemed cool, always complimenting how supportive I was. But then the comments started changing. Most guys would feel threatened by a woman with ambition, she'd tell Amelia. Then she'd add, most guys like that are secretly controlling. I'd bring Amelia lunch at work, and Liz would say, sweet, but why didn't you ask what she wanted first? I'd plan a nice dinner, and Liz would say, don't you wish he'd ask for your input more? When Amelia mentioned I own a plumbing business, Liz literally said, oh, that's cute. Do you ever wish he did something more polished, like in an office? Cute. Like I hadn't spent years building something from the ground up. The worst part? Amelia started repeating these things. Do you think we're too different? She'd ask. Liz says relationships like ours only work for so long. I kept reassuring her, reminding her of everything we'd built together. But Liz was in her ear constantly, and I could feel us drifting apart. Last Tuesday, I decided it was time. I'd bought the ring a month earlier. Custom designed with both our birthstones forming a heart, diamonds framing it, even room to add stones later for future kids. I made a custom box with 2 buttons that lit up yes and no. Cheesy, but it felt like us. I took her to this Italian place she'd been wanting to try. Reserved a quiet corner table. My palms were sweating the whole time. She looked beautiful in this emerald dress, but something was off. She was distracted, quiet. Halfway through dinner, I reached for the box in my pocket. That's when she cleared her throat. I need to talk to you about something, she said, not looking at me. I've been thinking a lot about us lately. I think we need to take a break. My hand froze in my pocket. What do you mean, a break? I don't know if this is working anymore, she said, finally looking up with watery eyes. I feel like we're drifting apart. Liz says we're mismatched. She thinks I'm holding myself back. The words hit me like a punch. This woman I'd spent half my life with, who I was about to propose to, was breaking up with me because of Liz's poison. I took a deep breath and pulled the box out. I didn't open it, just held it in my hand. Do you see this? I said calmly. Her eyes went wide. Is that, yeah, this is the ring I was going to give you tonight. I was going to ask you to marry me, Amelia, to spend the rest of your life with me. She started to speak, but I held up my hand. You don't deserve it. I have spent years supporting you, believing in you, building a future for us. And this is how you repay me? By blindsiding me with some vague break crap over dinner? Thank God you showed me your true colors before we got into anything more serious. Tears were streaming down her face, but I didn't care. I stood up, tucked the box back in my pocket, and grabbed my jacket. You want a break? Fine. But don't come crawling back when you realize what you've lost. I walked out, leaving her crying at the table. The drive home was a blur. I kept replaying every moment, wondering where it went wrong, but I knew my worth. I wasn't going to beg. I left the ring on my counter as a reminder, not of her, but of what I deserved. Later that night, I was mindlessly scrolling Instagram when I saw it. Liz's story, a party video, and there was Amelia, completely hammered, draped over some random guy. He had his arm around her waist, pulling her close. She was giggling, leaning into him. Then I noticed something else. I'd been tagged in the story. Liz used that feature where only the tagged person knows. She wanted me to see it. This was the same woman who told me 5 hours ago she needed a break to figure out what she wanted. Now she was grinding on some stranger. My phone started blowing up. Amelia calling over and over. 3, 4, 5 times. Finally, I picked up. Babe, please let me explain, she sobbed, panic in her voice. I let out a bitter laugh. A mistake? You hooked up with some random guy right after breaking up with me. That's not a mistake, Amelia. That's a choice. It wasn't like that, she pleaded. I was drunk and Liz introduced me to him. I didn't even know. You want to blame Liz now? I cut her off. You're the one who let this happen. You're the one who decided the best way to figure out what you want was to wrap yourself around some stranger. That's on you. Silence. I'm sorry, she whispered. I was stupid, and Don't apologize. You made your bed. Now lie in it. I hung up and blocked her number. The next morning, I returned the ring. Got my $3,000 back. Best money I never spent. She tried coming back weeks later, showing up at my door crying, saying Liz manipulated her, but I was done. I wished her the best and closed the door. Last I heard, she and Liz got into a fight at work so bad they both got fired. They destroyed each other trying to come after me. And me? I'm doing great. Business is thriving. I'm dating someone new who actually appreciates me, and I've never felt more at peace. Sometimes the trash takes itself out.